as well?
On YouTube live right now.
Okay.
Live.
3, 2.
Alright. Shalom Israel, how about Shah? How was Shamar from Shah? Increasing officer 50 Isaiah holding class until Captain Shapar Posh gets here. And it's the Thursday night history class. But I also wanted to bring something out. Because I have an article. We all know the coronavirus is sweeping all throughout the globe. And yesterday, Officer GEN.YAHANNA brought out, which was so heavy, one article about how Donald Trump wants to have the country opened up by April 12th in time for these churches to get filled up for Easter. And as soon after he said that, not 24 hours later, I got an article right now that says coronavirus live updates. The United States now has more known cases than any other country. Barak Yahweh Yahweh for that. The oppressor is wicked as hell, just as these other nations. We all know that the virus started from the Most High. The Most High sent this virus to sweep through and destroy and kill our enemies, the Moabites, the Israelites, and these Edomites.
Right.
Our oppressor is so damn prideful, so prideful. He also said, Donald Trump said that we are fighting an invisible enemy. I wonder who that invisible enemy is. Well, guess what, Donald Trump? That invisible enemy shut down all of Italy.
Right.
Shut down Mecca. You Muslims, you so-called Muslims can't go over there and take this shahada and circle that stone 7 times. I thought these churches were supposed to be the house of God. But apparently it's not. Y'all went out there, went out and got toilet paper, went out and got masks and wearing gloves. And don't you understand? She brought out yesterday by Officer GEN.YAHANNA in an article that we brought out that don't you know wearing gloves and masks will also increase that risk? And also smoking cigarettes. Maybe if you kept these laws, statutes, and commandments, you would be Christians. That this virus you wouldn't have to worry about this virus.
Right.
You don't see nobody in the Israelite school at U.P.K. wearing gloves and masks. So we need to take those precautions. We understand where this virus came from. But you Christians don't understand that. The oppressor don't understand that. The world doesn't understand it. But we understand that this is a plague from the Most High. We're going to bring it out right now. Bible, you give me Matthew chapter 24, verse 7.
Okay.
We understand that the Lord sent this plague. But Trump wants the churches open for Easter. He wants to open the country up because he understands America is losing money. They just passed that stimulus package, I believe, last night. But they're going to be sending, what, $1,200 to everybody, which is chump change.
Right.
Nothing. Paraphrasing, when we got up out of Egypt, after the firstborn of every Egyptian, well, the firstborn of everything that was Egyptian was smoke. What's the word? Man, we took everything from the Egyptians. All they gold, all they diamonds. What's the term that they call it? Of what you do? We ravaged them. We looted them. We took everything. Trump should hand over everything. It should be more. It shouldn't be more than just $2 trillion being sent out. It should be $100 trillion sent out to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. But the oppressor's not going to do that. Not at all. He ain't going to do it. He wants the country opened up. I actually hope we do open the country up for Easter. Because in the midst of him opening the country back up so these wicked Christians can go to church and celebrate white Jesus, and everybody can be wicked as hell and the coronavirus, I hope the Most High sends another virus to smite them. I want us to be able to celebrate the Lord's Passover, man, in the West County Center. That's what we need. I actually hope we open the country back up. It would be a glorious thing, my God, for us to celebrate the Lord's Passover while they are having death and destruction smothering them. The death angel coming back out and just destroying our enemies. You got Matthew 24:7?
Okay.
Read.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
It says, for nation shall rise against nation. What does it mean when nation shall rise against nation? Right now, a couple weeks ago, well, not even a couple weeks ago, last week, Donald Trump in a press conference was asked, why do you call it the Chinese virus? And he said, well, it comes from China. That's a declaration of war. How do you think the Chinese are going to respond to that? Even if other nations, thought it, because we all know it came from the Moabites eating bats and rats and all other kind of abominable animals. Because nation shall rise against nation. America and China are going to go to war. Russia is going to go to war with America. You already see the rumors right now. You see the arms race for the oil that Iran and Russia is having right now with Saudi Arabia. Read on.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Kingdom against kingdom. Superpower against superpower. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. The governments of our oppressors are getting ready to go to war with each other. World War III is on the horizon. And this was prophesied in the Bible thousands of years ago. You think Christians pulling this out in their church on God in the midst of all the wickedness that they have going on? Talking about John 3:16, for God so loved the world. Sending a collection plate around 100 times. Everybody's grandma running up and down the damn pulpit, screaming hallelujah, throwing their wigs and hats off. You think in the midst of all that they read Matthew 24:7, where it says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Read on.
And there shall be famine.
And there shall be famines. Shortages of food. Right now, our simple brothers and sisters are out there right now stocking up on toilet paper, stocking up on sanitizer, and buying everything out the supermarket. It's a shortage of food and utensils going around right now due to the coronavirus. And this was prophesied thousands of years ago. It said, there shall be famines. And read on.
And pestilences.
And what?
Pestilences.
What is pestilence? Go ahead, Ipod.
An infectious disease.
That's right, an infectious disease like the coronavirus. It says, there shall be famines and there shall be pestilences. Man, the coronavirus was sent by the Most High to sweep through and just destroy our enemies. Our enemies right now are catching hell with the coronavirus. It has shut down most of the world. If you go into the streets of New York from Philadelphia, I tell you, it's a ghost town right now.
Right.
It is shut down. And this was prophesied thousands of years ago, that there shall be pestilences. Read on.
And earthquakes.
And earthquakes. Man, listen. This past month, there have been earthquakes all across the world. Puerto Rico just had an earthquake. There's been a couple earthquakes in the West Indian Islands. There was an earthquake in Utah. There was a small earthquake in Delaware. Come on, man. You think they read this out of the Bible? It said that there will be earthquakes. Read on.
In diverse places.
In diverse places all around. Right now, you have the famine that's going through. Everybody is sweeping up and buying up all the food, hoarding up on this toilet paper, and hoarding up on sanitizer. There is pestilence right now. That's the coronavirus.
Right.
Coronavirus is just sweeping through, destroying our enemies, and shut everything down. We didn't hear from the top.
Okay. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famine, and pestilences, and earthquakes, and diverse places. Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrow.
And it says that all these are the beginnings of sorrow. That's just the beginning of the sorrow of oppressor. What's the Moabite man? It's the Israelite man. This is just your beginning right now. The coronavirus is going to be small compared to the rest of the plagues that are going to hit America and the world. The plagues that hit Egypt and the plagues that hit every other nation that had us oppressed is going to smite America, man. Because America will be destroyed, man. Paraphrasing in Isaiah, which says prepare slaughter. You gotta prepare slaughter, you will be destroyed, man. And it says that this is the beginning of sorrows. Mr. Oppressor, your sorrows ain't over yet. You think the city being locked down and you losing out on money and messing up your economy, you think that's it? That is not it. Your world is coming to an end. And blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we need to separate from the oppressor's world. We need to separate from the oppressor's world. The oppressor's world right now is crumbling. I'm paraphrasing for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of what comes after. Our world is coming after this oppressor's world. The oppressor's world is being ravaged by disease and pestilence and famines, all for the iniquity and the violence that they had against the Most High's chosen people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The oppressor is going to pay for every wicked thing he has done. And he's so worried about opening up the damn country again and having his economy flourish. How about you start with this? How about you start by letting my Issacharite brothers and sisters out them damn cages, man? You can start with that.
No, I'm just grabbing the computer and leaving.
Read it again from the top by God. Matthew 24, verse 7.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. Come on.
Read that last part again,
Come. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places.
There shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, man. If you want the coronavirus to stop, President, as I say, let the Mexicans, our brothers and sisters, and Issacharite brothers and sisters, the chosen people of the Most High God, out them damn cages, man.
Right.
You can start with that, and maybe the Most High will cut you a little break until the next plague comes, man. But you're not going to do that. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Trump said that we are fighting an invisible enemy. He knows that the Most High is coming. He knows that he's going to send our king, the greatest black man that walked this earth, the greatest man that walked this earth, and Mashiach, man, to come back and smoke his kingdom, man.
Right.
He is so damn private. You think he's going to let him? You think he's going to let our brothers and sisters out of the cages? You think the oppressor and his police force is going to let up on the slaughter and incarceration of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? It's not in his nature. The oppressor's not going to do that. We need to start by separating from America, though. We need to come out these damn Christian churches, man, and these Muslim mosques. The fact that the coronavirus came through and Christians and Muslims couldn't go to their place of worship, that lets you know right then and there that the Lord is not in the Christian church, that the Lord is not in the Muslim mosques. And that's in the Bible, that our people would be so destroyed that they would worship those true religions. And I can pull it for you out the Bible. Let me get you around to chapter 4 and verse 27. We can show you out the Bible that our people would be worshiping those two main religions. The Kaaba stone that's over there in Mecca and the Christian cross.
All right, I'll take it.
With that being said, I'm a Catholic class, the priest and Captain Shafar.
Let's give him a round of applause, man. Holding that down, man. This is I.S.U.P.K. under the command of General Yahanna. Started our 1 West, 134th, 125th Street. I'll tell you what they do. 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Captain Shafar Apostle, Thursday night class. I'm glad to be in the presence of my brothers and sisters that's in this truth, man, at these times right here, where the Lord is pouring out his fury, man. The Lord has struck this place where the God that you've been worshiping, if you give me what I'm saying, took it in the back. Yeah. The God that you've been worshiping ain't got no answer to what the Lord laid in this lap a virus that your God, the white man, where's your God in man?
Right.
Good night. All them gods you've been worshiping, all your Christian churches are shut down, all your Muslim mosques is closed up. Allah ain't accepting no visitors right about now. Allah is done.
Right.
That rock is over with. Y'all romanticizing that goddamn rock. That's ridiculous, man. That is absolutely insane for you to go over to another nation's country and worship their God, while you come back in the hood and look at your people like they are filthy, like they below the damn Arabs. Oh, well, the Lord got an answer for our life. The Lord got you in your goddamn house, and you have to deal with them people that you didn't look to as being special, as the ones you should protect, the ones you should have your service. The white man said, what did the white man say in his what did the president? He said, your country needs your service or whatever. What's the saying? I forgot how it goes. Oh man. Ask not what you can, hold up, what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's the devil. And he's using it for America. He's using it for his system, his country, the country he built. You know what I mean? Ask not what you can do for your country, but what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That's what I'm asking you. Like real men stand up in this time, man.
Right.
This time, man, gives the Lord. Salaki. I'm going to the death. I'm going to fear of death. Because that fear stops you from being the things you can accomplish while everybody else is fearing death is amazing. It's written up in the Bible. We got the Bible as our manuscript on how to behave when everybody else is fearing death. Ain't that something? Somebody pull Daniel, the 3rd chapter. Now I know this happened. And let's hear what the men that the Lord, man, these scriptures are amazingly amazing. These scriptures are, I get on myself because I don't use the time I have to really, like I should, to magnify research and find out all I got to find out about the people in this Bible, man. I wish I knew more than what I know about the Bible. I can still consider myself an adolescent when it comes to the Bible, man. You know what I mean? Because them scriptures are so rich. I mean, it's amazing. Nobody, the Lord, that laid something in our lap, and I don't give a damn what everybody say. They can say whatever they want to say. They can try to disprove God and all that. But nobody has been able to disprove these scriptures. Nobody. That's amazing. You mean to tell me all these intelligent fools out here?
Right.
They're intelligent fools, man. They don't know the ways of the Lord, man. Go ahead, boy.
So, like, so if I can add on what you're saying, experts in virology and pathology, people that are tasked with dealing with the coronavirus, they're mad that people are even saying that it comes from consuming back. They're saying, oh, if you cook the meat enough, you'll kill all the pathogens. And the same thing with pork. If you cook it enough, you refrigerate it, you'll kill all the worms. They're done.
Yeah, right.
And they know it came from somebody eating a bat.
Right. Right. It wasn't there before you consumed this meal.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you're going to make an excuse on why it ain't the meal that you consumed, why this virus is here. You're an idiot, man.
Right.
Go ahead, man.
And if I could, so it's like you were saying, they've been to college for decades. Experts in virology, medical school heads, they don't know a damn thing.
The Lord is shutting down these schools, man.
Right.
You got to go to virtual college or something.
Yeah.
You got to go to virtual church. Virtual church. And the pastor jumping up and down on the internet. You better listen. Any place that closes doors to giving you help in a time of crisis don't need to be supported by you, man.
Right.
But this is a time where real men stand up. You understand? Of course, I get the Lord to lay down his virus. I'm gonna take precaution. I'm not gonna be no fool.
Right.
A lot of people say, you heard them old fools on the internet talking about, I'm not the coronavirus. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do this and that. That is what the white man does. That's his spirit. They're having fun at a time, no matter what. He's a child. Y'all know what I'm talking about? When spring breakers and all that. When they said they're gonna have fun during this time.
Right.
I heard a couple of them got the virus.
Yeah.
Lord, they right there now. I tell you, I'm gonna ask, who's the fat white boy that was the governor? That was the one that's talking about some stronger than the storm. Remember that? Go ahead. Who was it?
Chris Christie in New Jersey.
Yeah, Chris Christie. I'm gonna see his fat penguin tell now that the Lord didn't plague New Jersey, the second highest state in America with the virus. Lord got a personal vendetta against this lady boy. I'm talking about Jersey. They said on the news was the second highest. Am I mistaken? Back behind New York. Like the top cities with this virus are the cities that promote the most evil. I mean, the cities that are going against. Remember, they came out and said, "I'm stronger than the storm." We are stronger than the storm. Like they don't. That's the white man's spirit. To have no respect, but to him, his God, who he serves, which is white. He ain't respecting no black man, but after this is done, then the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. Pharaoh had the Pharaoh, after all that stuff went through, Pharaoh went right back to where he was at. Did he not? And the Lord said, I'm gonna send a plague against your gods. Your gods ain't gonna have to answer. Ain't gonna be able to answer for what I do to them. And all them plagues was against some old god in Egypt. Check them out. The Egyptians' gods got plagued. And then Pharaoh, who was supposed to be king, who was supposed to be the God himself, got plagued. The Lord, you're supposed to know after this boy is your freedom, black man. Black woman, Hispanic man and woman, I'm saying North American Indian man and woman. Like we got to show that the Lord, this is the time for us to stand up and be the men of this nation, to reclaim the things that we laid down, man, as men.
Right.
Laid down a lot of things as men of the Lord's laws. Looking at a white man like he is something special. White man ain't nothing but a product that's been used to destroy our nation. The more respect we give to him, the more destruction we receive. They said that during this coronavirus, crime went down, huh? Mm-hmm. Woo! I mean, when the white man get it, we free ourselves up.
Right.
That's what it seemed like to me.
Right.
But before the coronavirus, we was dying left and right. read Daniel, the 3rd chapter. Read it for me, preach.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3 and verse 1. Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 3 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits.
So here it is. Nebuchadnezzar. Everybody know about Nebuchadnezzar, right? King of Babylon. Destroyed many nations. And when he destroyed them, what did he do? Implement them into his kingdom. That sounds damn good. No, I'm good. That's exactly what this place is doing here. And implement the kingdoms that they destroy into their nation and have them rule over the children of Israel, the priests and prophets of the Lord. That's what Nebuchadnezzar did. Read on.
He set it up in the plain of Dura.
So now he erected a false image, some kind, and set it up for everybody to be able to come and worship. He made an idol. Isn't that what the white man does? You can all come to the Christian church and worship white Jesus, worship white God, white Santa Claus, white angels, and set it up right in your hood, a church where you can go and find out about this fake God. Read on.
Okay. In the province of Babylon, verse 2. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king,
this was a strong king, man. Don't take Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar ruled with an iron goddamn fist. Nebuchadnezzar ain't like, you ain't going before Nebuchadnezzar with no slight mess. He ruled with fear. And fear, let me tell you something. Fear will overcome you if you allow it. Fear will stop you from being who you are if you allow it. If you take fear on, fear will consume you. Just like any other lust and any other desire can consume you. Fear can consume you where where a man of God who is not fearful, you will, I can't even find a word of it. Man, read on, let's read on some more.
okay, set to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains.
Hold on now. You got to remember. This is heaven right here. This is wisdom right here. What did Nebuchadnezzar do? Read that scripture verse again.
Okay. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king set to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
Hold on now. He set this image up and held a dedication. And all the rulers of Babylon, the hierarchy, he brought to this dedication. Why? Can anybody tell me why? Can anybody tell me why? Anybody online? Okay. Let's see what they got to say. Anybody want to tell me why Nebuchadnezzar did this? This is a power move on Nebuchadnezzar's part. Nobody really needs no suggestions or want to take a shot at it? One thing America wants, that Nebuchadnezzar wants, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. Nobody? Go ahead.
Power.
Power? He had power. He had power. At this time, Babylon is running the goddamn earth. All nations are bowing to Nebuchadnezzar. Y'all know the history of Babylon, right? Babylon, this is no joke. This is an empire that was ruled, that was ruled with an iron fist. Nebuchadnezzar didn't play no games. You ain't going for Nebuchadnezzar on some slight stuff. So why did he do this? Why is he doing this? Why is he calling? You had your hand up?
Is it because, if I could, sir, it's because Nebuchadnezzar wanted to be revered as a god to be worshipped?
That is, you on it, but you're not giving it to me. You are on the mark, but you ain't giving me why it was in his. Imagine you Nebuchadnezzar, not you Nebuchadnezzar, but imagine what is in the mind of this heathen. Why does he want you to serve this? Go ahead.
So we want to serve our God.
Yes, yeah. Give him a hand. I'm gonna accept that. To break you from your whatever it is you serve. Remember, you got to remember this, man. Every nation had their own service. Hey, SHALAM for that. All right, come on. Had their own service, their own quality. How do you get all nations to come together? To break them from who they serve and to force them to serve their God. Isn't that what the white man doing? Let me just say this: the Japanese were serving their own idols or gods or whatever. What's that? Babylon? What's that?
If I could, sir.
What? Oh, that's the one that Daniel described.
That is a statue of Nebuchadnezzar that stands in Las Vegas, Nevada today that was built last year.
It was built last year, and then something. Like, imagine you in some country and you giving allegiance to your people. How do I break you from that? By telling you, you join my kingdom, which is rich and powerful, and you break your service to your own people. Whoa. Right? Now, what the Japanese did, all the nations on the face of the earth to get a part of the white man's kingdom, broke the service of their God. You got the Indians that don't serve, they are Christian. You got the Arabs, Christian. All nations, how did that happen? We're reading about it right now. Nebuchadnezzar hired the officials, got everybody in allegiance together to promote this. Because Nebuchadnezzar wanted what? Your spirit. Not just to enslave you. He got you working for him. But he wants your spirit. And that's the white man. The white man wants your spirit, your allegiance. The thing you're supposed to hold to the Lord. That's why it's accepted his answer. The thing that's supposed to be to the Lord, he wants. Now, we're going to read about 3 brothers that did not give their spirit to Nebuchadnezzar, who served the Lord, and they written up in his Bible. And let me just say something else. When you serve the Lord, you can't put no conditions on serving the Lord. How dare you put conditions on whether you serve the Lord? Like the Lord, if you prosper me, you know what the churches do. If you do this and that, I'm going to serve you. If you make me rich, the Lord knows your game. He ain't influenced by the things. What will make the Lord take your favor is if you want the things that he wants.
Right.
Not by your gain, if you prosper, you what? Go ahead, read on, please.
So, verse 3. Then the princes, the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image.
Now, wait a minute. Now, you remember this image came at a price. Us joining Babylon came at a price. Think about it. Think about how many people have been slaughtered to join this kingdom. How many people withstood the Babylonian raid of our nation? Y'all done read about this?
Oh, God.
Y'all didn't understand what Babylon did? Did you read in the Apocrypha during the times of the Babylonian rule and what they done? How many people that withstood Babylon? And now, Babylon wants your allegiance. Babylon wants your allegiance after it had murdered, after it enslaved, after the abortions, after it pushed their philosophy, after it erected philosophy to destroy your household, like the woman in charge of the house. Babylon wants your allegiance, even though they are lawless people. They are people that disobey the Lord. They're not the people that obeys, even though they walk around with the Bible and put their hand and swear on the Bible, which is what you ain't supposed to do.
Right.
You know, they make it look like they are of God, but their hearts are far removed from God, like the scriptures say. Well, that's what this place is. Read on.
That Nebuchadnezzar, the king, had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up.
So remember, our people underneath the Babylonian kingdom obeyed Babylon. This is what you got. You got to feel this. In their captivity, while another nation is ruling over them, while many nations are ruling over them. Because as we know, whenever the nations rule over us, and when they fight other nations, they in so much fear of us that they push, they oppress, and you are the ones they try to destroy. Why is that? Why is it that they want to oppress and destroy you far above the Chinese and the Indians and the Africans and all the other nations? Why? Go ahead.
They know if we are in power, they want to serve us.
But how do they know that? But why? Okay. What you're saying is not wrong, but you got to give me what's in their mind. They are fearful of us. The thing that you want to destroy the most is the thing you fear the most. I don't fear the Chinese or the Africans or the East Indians. Well, some of those black people in love, they might, I don't know about them. Let's make sure that they are impoverished and going through whatever going through hell and trying to inflict everything we can on them. We need them because they what enriches our nation, but at the same time we don't need them. That's the white man. That's the white man. And this plague right here, that's undoubtedly from the Lord, has caused the white man to back up giving you a breath. It's allowing you to breathe in your oppression. It's allowing black men and black women to take care of their family, to go home and, take care of their family. It's allowing black men that's in prison for no apparent reason, allowed to be released. It's allowing, I see brothers that look like he's on the streets, man. I really, and all this going on, man, my heart goes out to brothers and sisters that have no help. The Lord said, I will help them. All these people got money, they're sitting around helping themselves, gouging and sitting at home with all this stuff. Now, remember the brothers and sisters that don't have, that don't even have the right state of mind to be able to understand this. Who helped? Where did their help come from? They just left out there to die? Let me tell you something, bro. That's why the Lord said, I help the needy and the ones that are impoverished, the ones that's on the bottom, those that have no help. Because you ain't got enough mercy to be able to look beyond yourself to help those that need help. That's what our nation's supposed to be. We ain't supposed to be. That's why the Lord instituted laws amongst our people. So if we fall into decay, we would help another. If another brother fell into decay, you would help him.
Nations and languages. Verse 5. That at what time ye hear this.
All people, nations, and languages. That's the tongues. These idiots reading about tongues. I had someone ask me about that the other day. Do people that speak in tongues, are they, you don't understand that? I'm trying to explain to them that the tongues is a language. We read about it right here. Read that. A tongue is a language that other nations speak. But because our people are in those nations, because of our sin, we grew up speaking the languages of these other nations. What the hell do you think the Tower of Babel was about? The Tower of Babel was about separating the people into different languages. So the nations spoke different languages. The Lord separated them according to gave them different tongues. So our people started speaking different tongues. And that was the gift that was at, what do you call it? In Acts, the 1st chapter, when we was all coming back and the Lord gave us a gift of tongues, because we was coming back from those different nations, because we knew we had some sense of identity and of serving the Lord and right and what we're supposed to be doing while we in these other nations. That we came back to where we was from to give the Lord respect and honor and serve his holy day. And the Lord laid something heavy on us, man. So when you read about tongues in the Bible, read that scripture again.
Okay. Then and Herod cried aloud.
Then who?
And Herod.
And Herod. Hold on, let me find it. Then read on.
Cried aloud. To you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages.
O people, nations, and languages. I told you that Nebuchadnezzar was over all top of these nations. That's right there.
Right.
I ain't making this up. Isn't that what America's doing?
Right.
Isn't that what they do? It has commanded you to serve this idol. It has commanded you to come into this Christian church and worship these white people. Worship the white Roman cross. Let me go on, read on. I can get too long. Go on, read on.
Verse 5. That at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery,
All these instruments, when you hear these instruments playing, read on.
dulcimer, and all kinds of music.
When you hear this music, that's what Christians do, don't they? As soon as they hear that music, they just bow down and serve the white man and dance to that white idol. Don't they? Yes, they do. That's what your Christian, it's like what the band is about. When they hear that music, they get to serve it. Read on.
Ye fall down and worship the golden image.
You hear that? You worship this image. This ain't something, this happened. We're going to read about 3 brothers that understood who they were.
Right.
Oh yeah, they understood that they knew the history of their power. They understood that this went against, that the things of Moses laid down, that if you serve an idol, that, where is the scripture when you serve an idol, that the Lord, you are defiled before, no, you stay where we at.
Okay.
Let his brother find it. You defile before the Lord. You see that? Knowing who you are is very important, man. Don't take that for light. Because it reaffirms your position in these times. It lets you know what you're supposed to do. When these other nations shut down because they're in fear, you do what these brothers do. You rely on the power, man. You put that courage inside you. The courage comes from obeying the Lord. You in fear because you ain't doing something, you ain't right. That's why you're in fear. You're doing something wrong. Say that's to me, man. You know, we sit, master. We fear, master. You are part of this kingdom. You fearing just like the white man feared. Right or wrong? You acting just like the heathens act. Just like the Gentiles act. Of course, you should fear the Lord. You should show the fear when it comes to the Most High. You should have respect. But you should not have fear because the white man has fear. That's what a lot of our people do. When the white man fears something, he fears the coronavirus. We take up that fear. Well, he's been ruling over us for so long. We've been indoctrinated with his religion, with what he wants. That's why they will go out and hit you with child support. Because that's in the interest of white fear. White people that oppress black men. You understand? This thing is coming from our oppressor. It don't come from us. Hell, the child support come from us. But it will oppress a black man to the point where he'll fear having a job or making any money because he don't want to be, he don't want to go out there and work and have nothing come back to him and have meager scraps for his survival. And he'll say, the hell with his damn job. Hey, survival, look right. That's where fear comes from, man. Fear is, in actuality, what comes from what you think is going to happen. It's a self, I can't even explain, how can I say? It comes from you. You got something in your head that hasn't happened or is happening, but you believe that in order to stop this, whatever is happening, you take it into your own hands. You actually fear the circumstances of what's going on. Which leads to what? What does fear lead to? Oh, it leads to a few things. It leads to depression, anxiety, fear. When you fear something, what's they call it? Oh man, I can't think of what it's called. Oh man, I gotta think about it. It actually consumes you. It'll start to consume you once you let it in. It's a demon telling you that this is what you need to fear. Because you're afraid of this, a demon instructs you on how you should behave. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's read on.
Okay. Ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king hath set up.
And let me just say this if I could. I just thought about this. That's why the white man wants women to raise kids. A woman to raise them kids will instill that fear in that boy. He'll be raised on, you ever say a baby does not know fear until you teaches them. Baby is just a baby. But when you tell them don't do this, what you should instruct the baby because of this, then you are teaching, you are instituting something inside that child. Which was right for us growing, so we made it so far. But when you are unconsciously know, a woman unconsciously fears things that will ingrain in that child if you allow it. A woman, if I could, I'm going into a little bit right now. I don't know right now, yo. Let's go into it a little bit. Go ahead.
I got the scripture, sir.
But hold on to the scripture. Y'all know they have certain fears. They have the, what do you call it, survival sex, but they fear that they will fall into decay or fall into suffering or fall into a condition where, you know what I mean, they're in one. The greatest fear, they fear that. So that's where survival sex comes from. I want to have sex to stay in a certain position in life. They fear a mouse or whatever. That fear has to be controlled. The Lord put the woman in your control. I don't give a damn what she says. A woman is a helpmate. She was designed to be a helpmate.
Right.
Not to be in charge. Not to be running nothing. But when you take that thing, remember the Lord look at you as a man, broad and ready to tackle and do this and that. Who gonna cook your toenails? Who gonna give you that massage and cook your meals? You'll cook up some grub if you can and just keep on going. That helpmate is what the Lord created it for. To make your life a little easier. To do the things that you overlook in your compassion to keep your nation keep your nation intact. A man got a vital job, man. And a woman's got a vital, that's why we'll say woman in the house. That's right. That's right as it can be. A woman clean, cook, have babies, nurse them babies. That's right, man. Who the hell said that shit was wrong? Who said it's wrong? If you got to go out and raise this goddamn nation, and then what is her position supposed to be? To sit back and let you come home and cook her a meal and clean and make her life easy? Yeah. This place is backwards as hell. They took the thing, they took the thing the Lord created for our, progression and to sustain us. That's why a woman is great when she is, what does the scripture call it? When she's, when she gives her forces, I'm going to use the forces, when she ministers to the men of God. What does that mean for? When she sustained the men of God, when she cooked for the men of God, and she give her money to the men of God to keep them doing what they got to do to raise this nation up. Read on some more.
Okay. Verse 6. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Ooh, man. There it is. He set the stage. He set the stage. Here's the punishment for you not worshiping that idol. You be cast into the fiery furnace. Ain't nobody want to be cast into a furnace. Can you imagine being burned alive? No, you can't imagine that. Because you never experienced it. You know, at least in this lifetime, I don't know. You never experienced it. So when you read it, it just slips by you in the scriptures. Boy, oh boy, that's a horrible death, man. Whew. I heard this a couple of months ago. This Muslim girl went to the gas station. Y'all remember the story? And poured gasoline all over her and set herself on fire. Do you know she screamed and nobody was able to put the fire out? And what for I forgot the scripture, the story says agony. Like that's a horrible, horrible way to inflict pain upon yourself. Like most people want to inflict instant death. But this is a death that you burn your cells, the body that you inhabit. Like this is can you imagine? Imagine being put out and still having to stay in that body with all that agony going on. Good night, boy. Right. But our people in that type of condition, this is a black woman too. In that type of condition, you know what I mean? That them demons will convince you that this is a great way to die. Read on. So now he called all the leaders together. Come on together and let's have a great feast to this God. Of course they obeyed. Your leaders obeyed. No, they ain't just saying Babylonian leaders. Y'all just think it was Babylon? No. These are your preachers and your reverends and the people across your nation that saw Babylon as being strong and intimidating and decided to worship these false gods. Read on.
Okay. Verse 7. Therefore, at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshiped.
That's important, boy. I don't know how we read that scripture and think. I want you to take it from here. Take it from there. But I don't know how you read that. People, nations, tongue, languages, all the people that was, that Nebuchadnezzar conquered. And the Babylonian reputation went all over the earth. How you don't think, how you don't associate this with America and the things that we do in this land to worship these people, to have, you know, I have a woman that don't want to look like me. She'd rather look like her oppressor. I have a brother that will murder me because he believes in the money that his oppressor holds. I have a nation that you know, that will not, that the Lord, in order for us to come together, and this is like all we do all the time. There got to be some problem. Got to be a problem for us to come together. Family come together when emergency happens. You know what I mean? So you come out the woodwork when your mother or father is in trouble or you're suffering or dying. You come together there. But in the time when things are good, we all out trying to take care of our own desires, our own things that we believe is important. When the Lord said this, He's showing you what we need, how we need to guide our life. We don't.
Oh God. Therefore, at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
Come on up here, so we can monitor the computer. I want to see who's on the computer. They say anything, you know, all that good stuff. And the scoffers, I welcome the scoffers. Ain't no coronavirus scoffers online, is there?
No scoffers, sir.
No scoffers online, it's as quiet as they can be, tucked up in their houses. You understand? So the Lord said all these people came and obeyed Nebuchadnezzar. King that God is still fearing people. That fear was instilled that if I don't go and pay credence to this idol, I'm going to be thrown into the fire furnace. No King Nebuchadnezzar is going to have his way with me. Read on.
Verse 8. Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews.
Now here's the Chaldeans. Here's their time to accuse the Jews. Y'all know Chaldea, right? Who knows what Chaldea is in Babylon? Of course, it's in Babylon. But in the back, let me get the brother in the back.
Africans.
No. I'm going to say no because I want to know what was Chaldea in Babylon. Remember, Babylon never. What?
Chaldea was where the Tower of Babel was built.
Right, which was what?
Where Abraham was
city, the capital city. That's right. It was the city of Babylon. This is the capital of Babylon. That's where the priests that came to brought gifts from what do you call them? What's it called? They came from the east in the time when Christ was born. They said the priests and child. Okay, well they were from this region. You understand? Remember the priests that brought gifts that came from the east. Go ahead.
You talking about the wise men?
That's right. That's where they were from. The wise men are from Babylon. Go ahead.
So these wise men were in Israel?
No, they weren't. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm going to slow down. These wise men from Chaldea, they were the men that studied the stars. Give me I'm not sure if they, don't quote me on whether they were Israel or not. But they could be, but they were men from Chaldea. These three, and I'm not sure how many, did it say 3 wise men? It don't say 3. So you know, it says the wise men. I'm just trying to read. I haven't looked at it in a minute. But when they came over there, they brought the gifts. They knew how to read the stars, which was big in Babylon. Which was big with birthdays and all that other crap. So these men, you know, they call them wise men. Go ahead.
I don't think there was a star he was following. There was a chariot he was following, wasn't it?
It doesn't say the scripture?
I believe so. I'm gonna find it.
Find the scripture for me if you could.
Okay.
All right. Let's read on.
Come. Verse 9. They spake and said to King Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Verse 10. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worship, that he should be cast in the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Verse 12. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the image which thou hast set up.
Hold on. Now that's important. There were certain men that were set over Babylon that did not worship this idol. Anybody tell me why? Can everybody tell me the difference between them men and the dead? Go ahead.
My cousin, they serve the Most High.
They serve the Most High, that's correct. But give me more. Go ahead.
Come on, they do the scripture, so I'm paraphrasing the Exodus, thou shalt have no other God before me.
That's correct as well. Give me more. What's the baseline on understanding that you're supposed to serve the Lord? Anybody online?
Come. No, nothing.
Baseline for what you're supposed to understand in order to serve the Lord. Who you are. If you don't know who you are, then how in the hell do you supposed to expect? Do you expect someone to serve the Lord if they don't know their history and who they are? These men knew who they were Israelites. They knew. They knew the history of what our people went through. They knew it. They knew what God did for our people. They knew the plans your mothers and fathers took before the Most High. They knew the trials, the controversy, the good times that we had as a nation of people. They understood that. They didn't lose their identity. You had a default because you lost your identity. Which, in effect, will have you not understanding what your position is in these times. That's why it's important that you wake the hell up, man. Right. And realize what's going on. Don't goddamn Egyptian. Egyptian? You ain't a part of these other nations.
Right.
What the hell you expect to be a part of these other nations when all these other nations been doing is trampling on you since they've been in this place?
Right.
They come over here to trample on you to make themselves a success. But who are you? Why is this happening? What are you supposed to do? Lord got these other nations at bay. They're afraid to make certain, to do certain things. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be at bay too with these other nations? Or am I supposed to step up and do the will of the Lord and raise my nation up? Fight for my people. You know what I mean? Pray and raise up this nation. When you pray, you take it inside yourself. One of the prayers to confess to the Lord and take it in your heart that this is the thing you really want to do. That's important to pray. That's why the Lord said pray. If you don't pray, you ain't confessing nothing to the Lord, nor you ain't taking it inside. How do I know you taking it inside? How do I know you real about it? Praying is spiritual, man. It's spiritual. Ain't carnal. It's a lot of things carnal that we do, man. We don't, you know what I mean? And we take it in and we act on it. Prayer is what helps fight that carnality, to be able to make a pact with the Most High and be able to fear Him that you're going to carry out that pact. It ain't something taken lightly, man. You take that lightly, and the Lord, He can put you in a condition, brother, that you know what I mean, it's best to be have character. Be a stand-up type of guy. You know what I mean? You're a stand-up type of guy, man. Don't be a guy that's just taking for anything, man. Nobody believes, and, you know what I mean, because you got a track record, but you don't do nothing. You say a lot of things, but you don't do nothing. People, they go in one ear and out the other. Where we at? Go on, read on.
Verse 13. Then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach,
Nebuchadnezzar, he was already in rage. He's already ruling with an iron fist. He's upset. He's really pissed now. He's pissed that somebody can betray his what he decreed. How the hell can these subjects of mine that I conquered, whose people I've conquered, stand up and tell me anything? I need to do it. When you can please the Lord is to have to fear Him and to keep His commandments, no matter who's in charge. Yeah, the Lord put people over top of you, so you obey their laws, so they step out of law, so they step out of until they go against the Lord's law. Man is going against the Lord. Now what you going to do? Here's your opportunity. Because, you know what I mean, all your life, you've been taught to fear this man. Since a baby, your mother raised you to fear. She raised you because she was in fear. And you pick up the thing as a child, or what your mother fears. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, you pick that up unconsciously. Go ahead.
Stockholm syndrome?
Not Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome is what it's called, but you pick up because you close and love your mother. You pick up things from your mother that she don't even understand. What's it called? The fear, the anxiety. She fears something, and because you are a boy, and you raised by your mother, now you fear that thing. Now you over emotional. And you pick up those things from your mother. When those things ain't good for raising a nation, it ain't good to fear, have all these emotions. I know mom thinks she's doing what she can in your best interest, and the white man put laws to keep your father away from your mother. And those was the reason why. But now your ass ain't bringing you behind in class. You feel somebody in class right now. What's the name? Whatever. You feel what white people feel. Because your mother was in fear of the white man. But you feel what they feel. If the Lord lays something down, you should be in fear of the Lord. You should have respect on what the Lord has done, but you should not fear what the Lord wants. That stops you from being on another level. That fear of death, that's another thing. That death, boy, that's a plague. That's another one. Like death is all around. People dying, animals dying, living and dying. You was born, you know you're gonna have to die. The constantly being fear of death is a plague, man. If it's going, this is off the record. If it happens, it happens. If I die, I die. My life, you don't want to live, but you wouldn't want to live well, not in the truth, but the life that I lived before the truth. The hell we got to be in fear of, man. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we're in fear of, you're in fear all your goddamn life. You're going to the rain, going to the store, being shot. People run your neighborhood off your feet. They regulate your hood because they know you in fear of taking them out of, doing anything to stand up against it. Because your neighborhood has been running fear.
Right.
And they count on that fear every day, every hour of the day. You hear about churches closed down over that fear. They closed down. Man, this place is closed down over fear. White man know his judgment is coming. He put everybody in fear. He know his judgment. He has done something. Listen. Oh man, I'm not gonna go to. But then it does so much evil that they said, look, they got everybody in fear of the virus. You're in fear of helping another brother because the virus. The virus will get you. How you gonna live like that, man? You can't live like that. How you gonna live like that? How are we going to progress as a nation if we are only afraid of death? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Let's read on some more.
Come. Then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king.
They brought Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego before the king. Because they refused in the time of this king to worship this idol. Read on.
Verse 14. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do you not serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up?
That's another thing. Boy, he questioned them. Remember they brought Christ before the priest and said, Are you the king? They questioned our king. And boy, they did the same thing. They said, Listen, I heard about this. Is this true? Is this true? Most people are like, well, I didn't, they're gonna talk their way. Let's hear what these brothers said. And what these brothers said is so heavy is in the Bible. So you'll know how to react during these times. Read on.
Verse 15. Now if you be ready, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and
You be ready to submit to these gods. When you hear this music, like the Christian church, they hear that music, they dance and prance and have a ball. They submit to the God of the white man. Why you ain't doing it? What's wrong with you? I already went to conquer your people. Bend your neck, Negro. Serve me, Negro. That's what it's saying. When you serve these other gods, he's the creator of these gods. You give your spirit to a false god. Read on.
And all kinds of music ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
If not, you want this is the penalty for your disobedience. This is the penalty, man. They read on.
And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands?
Well, what God wants to deliver you out of my hand? Read on.
Verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king,
Now, check this out. Whoo, this boy. We got to read this, and we got to dismantle what they say. Read it.
And said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter.
Stop. What does it say? Come on, Richard. Y'all heard what he said? We are not careful to answer thee in this matter. Wait.
Well, if I could, so they're saying, we're not afraid to tell you, what we're going to do.
We're not afraid to tell you. That's exactly right. I'm not going to be careful in trying to suck up to you and say, I'm going to worship your God and bow down to this image. Because why? These brothers knew something. That's some kind of foreknowledge or something. You can't do this if you don't know the Lord.
Right.
How you gonna say? How you want to stand up to these false images and you don't know the Most High? You don't know your nation or your identity. You got to have that knowledge. You got to have what your forefathers, how they obeyed the Lord. What they did, man. Look at David. Look at our king. Look at all the prophets. They stood up, man, in the time of adversity. When the time our nation was destroyed, man, and the Lord's had favor to them. That's why this story stuck out. They said, we ain't careful in answering you on this. This is one thing we surely can give you an answer about. Read on.
If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king.
Oh my goodness. Is Nebuchadnezzar ruling man? Y'all know the history of the Babylonian kingdom, right?
Right.
Y'all know that history.
Come.
The Lord delivered you from Babylon.
Right.
It's like that brother said. He's going to deliver us out of your hand. Is he going to deliver you out of the hand of the white man?
Come.
What the hell is you doing fearing what the white man fears?
Right.
You'll be afraid of your own goddamn deliverer. The Lord, you're like, white man, we leaving you, white man? Oh my gosh, I can't leave the Christian church. Not with your cross. standing up there. White images. Master, we leaving? I can't leave. You're about to what? I'm going to say what Malcolm said. Is we sick? Master, we sick? That's how much you didn't. You belong to this man. Right. You done follow this man with your tattoos and your religions and your belief that all nations are coming together. You follow this bastard, man. You follow him. You followed him while he was destroying you, man. While he took advantage of you. You know what I mean? Why he separated your household. Took your women for his pleasure. Took your men for his pleasure. Taught you false philosophies. Enslaved you. My goodness, I got some stories on slavery I ain't even been able to go to. I ain't even been able to break out. There's a book, Slavery When As It Is, or whatever it's called. Brother, you read some of those stories in that book, brother. It would literally bring you to tears to see the suffering that we did, and for us to be so in agreement with this place right here, right now today. You know what I mean? But that's what he knew that he had to do in order to get your mind institutionalized by this place. You are institutionalized like a cat in prison. You know when to wake up. I saw one meme on the during this coronavirus, brother had a shopping cart full of oodles and noodles. Like to get in jail, but he institutionalized, he out of jail, and he still got that institutionalized mindset.
Right.
You understand? You've been institutionalized. You can't take the white, your captivity. Read on.
Come.
So now, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, listen, all the things you put down so far, we've obeyed. But this thing, we ain't careful to answer you about. Read on.
Come, verse 18. But if not,
well, read that verse about that, please, again.
Come, verse 17. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us.
Oh, if it be so, the God who we serve is able to deliver us. Read on.
From the burning furnace.
From this furnace, or this punishment that you set up. Read.
And he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king.
He will deliver us out of your hand. Read on.
But if not.
Stop. But if he don't. That's a hard pill to swallow, brother. Remember Christ prayed that this cup be taken from him.
Right.
Nevertheless, your will be done.
Right.
The hell you gonna put stipulations on the Most High? You can't put no goddamn stipulations on the power. You know what I mean? You can't say I'm going to serve the Lord only in the good times. Only while I'm doing good and prospering. I got a woman and I'm making money. America shut down. What you want to do now? The Lord is in the back. Huh? Forget about that. It's time to serve self. That's what you've been serving all the time. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, listen, we will serve the Lord, and he is able to deliver us in this time of trouble. And if he won't, what did they say? And if he doesn't, what did they say?
But if not, be it be known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy God.
You still ain't gonna serve your God. That's a man that knows. That's a man. That's an obedient son. That's a son that knows his history and who he is and what has people been through, and all the things that's written over in the scriptures. Brother, they're taking this lightly. He knows that the Lord set up this evil, wicked empire to put you through the fiery furnace. He knows that. They know that they can't give their spirit over to some wicked ruler.
Right.
This ruler that aborted kids and separated families and enslaved your people and did all kinds of things. And you want me to serve this ruler? I don't think so. I serve the true power. I serve the Lord. I'm going to obey the Lord, and I'm going to follow what he lays down. And if the Lord don't spare my life, I'm still not going to obey this place.
Right.
I still don't give a damn about what this place is. Because if I give my spirit to this place, then this place is right about what they have done to me. Give my spirit to a wicked man, a group of people that does not, that rule against God's laws. I give my spirit to a people that say abortion is okay. It's all right to kill your babies. That's what I'm supporting. That's why whenever they're in fear, I'm in fear. People that sold drugs to my people, that have robbed and murdered, that oppressed my people on the border. I give my spirit to them. That enslaved, that lock up babies, that have killed and took the intestines out of the people, out of wild people to sustain their life. I mean, damn, what you say? I know that their life is not sustained by the things they do. The things they do, the wickedness they promote, the evil that they do, eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, bat, whatever the hell it is that's against the Lord. The Lord he said the animals that eat scavengers. I mean, of course I'm digesting what the Lord said. What the Lord said, you got to eat the grass and they got to have a split hoof. Most things that don't, well, there's the hoof. Let me the hoof. Got to have the split hoof. That hoof right here. Gonna put that out. That's excellent. Got to have one of these. And they got to chew grass.
Right.
Got to have both. You understand? The Lord laid that down. Here's the people that's promoting. You eat a pig which has a split hoof, but it does not eat grass. It eats a human body if you put it in front of it.
Right.
It eats anything.
Right.
So you know, just by understanding that what do you call it? What do you call the thing that fly to eat the dead bodies? The vultures. You're going to eat a vulture? It got things inside of it that don't not belong inside of you. But yet, you know, when you disobey the Lord's laws, then, you know, things like that happen. You start to eat things and you start to have plagues, and I know they got plagues, so now they're looking for bodies that can sustain life. So they, you know, kidnapping and cutting up. What do you call it? What do they call it when you kidnap the dead bodies you find on the side? People with no organs and all that stuff. They need these organs because why? To sustain their life, because they are riotous people that do not have the laws of the Lord give you. They look at you like, man, you can do this, and you are just vibrant with life. We don't have that life.
Right.
So they're trying to get something of what you got. But yet, they don't get it by obeying the Lord.
Good. So you're talking about organ harvest?
Organ harvesting. Now, who would organ harvest? Would you organ harvest? Well, because you obey the Lord. There's no reason. You ain't coming up here with no chronic this and that. But there are millions of you understand the people that don't understand what you understand and what they're suffering. That heart disease, lungs. They will not want. They're like a fresh pair of lungs. Kidneys. You understand? Well, you know what I'm saying. Let's read on. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, if the Lord do not spare our life, it's not a good reason for us to bow down and serve your God. Boy, oh boy. That's heaven. Read on.
Nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Now, they were not in fear. Because why? They believed in the Lord.
Right.
They understood that the Lord was in control. That's how your fear comes from being a part of this place and not understanding who you are or the Lord. What your position is. You just like, you crumble underneath the white man, if I could, and if he fears, it's injected in you because why? You depend on his society to protect you, or at least you think it's protecting you. Anybody any questions? Anything? Anything? Come on with it. Anything online?
Live, so no questions online.
Anybody online?
Come.
People online? All right. Remember when the brothers went to go spy out the go ahead.
Bucky, you talking about when Joshua and Caleb went to go spy out the land?
Yes. And what the report was that the brothers brought was go ahead.
If I could, sir, when they brought the report about how there were giants.
Find that for me.
Come.
Find that for me. Because this was instituted by fear. These people, these brothers that went out to spy out that land, they brought a report of fear back. Remember, the Lord is leading us out. Remember, the Lord is bringing this nation to where He wants us to bring it. Or He wants. This is His will. He wanted you to go into the promised land from your captivity. But we're going to read some brothers that was in fear. And the report they brought out, fear going to stop you from doing the things that you need to do. It's a disease, man. It is a disease. Go ahead. Anybody have a question?
Lots of
question. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 14 and verse 6. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jerum, were which of them that searched the land rent their clothes. Verse 7. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying,
I want the one. Is that the one where they reported we were like crickets or something before this big men? I want the one where the ones that was in fear brought the report before Moses. If you could, just find that for me. Remember, fear was what allowed the white man to enslave us. Was it not? Right. I know it was the Lord. I know the Lord ultimately said, but think about how they kept us in captivity. Was there not more slaves than there was masters? Well, what kept us in captivity? What kept us obeying the slave master? Remember when what's the brother's name that revolted? I forget names, like I forget. Man. The brother that revolted led a revolt with a few brothers. Hey, went outside of that fear because he read the scriptures and saw in the scriptures that these people were wicked and evil, and that how the Israelites should be, how we should be enslaved, how we should be, how the Lord was going to free us from our captors. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Oh man. And led a revolt with a few brothers, and went from town to town and just carried out this revolt. Oh man, what is it? Nat Turner.
Oh,
Nat Turner. Yeah, Nat Turner, led that revolt.
right.
But that fear, what the white man did, is what held us in captivity.
Right.
Because we feel that if we did that, then the same thing would happen with us. Death. Nobody wants a horrible death, but yet nobody wants to obey the Lord. That's ridiculous. Go ahead.
You're talking about where they gave the report they saw we were like grasshoppers?
Yes, please. Read a verse above that.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 32.
Oh, Numbers 13 and 32, everybody get it. Read on.
Oh, sorry, I'm going to go to verse 30. Start at verse 30.
Okay. Numbers 13 and 30.
And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it.
So now, Caleb told the people that. That was Caleb's report, right? Let us go possess this land. We able to overcome it. What was that? That's the mind of the Lord. The Lord said we can do it, we can do it. The Lord wants this land. We're able to overcome. I'm gonna damn who live in this land.
Right.
You know what I mean? But check this out. Read on.
Verse 31. But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we.
Hold up. The men that went up with Caleb and Joshua, who was the other one? Caleb and Joshua? Caleb and Joshua said, we can't do that. They too strong for us. Negro, you carry your behind out there, you're going to get wiped out, Negro. You better stay where you at in the wilderness. Make your home right here. If you on that land, boy, you got a battle on your hands. That's fear.
Right.
That's somebody. And listen, this has been in our lives for a very long time. I can't even express how fear is instituted in the average household of Black and Hispanic.
Right.
Because what's the opposite of fear? Courage.
Right.
And we have not had any images of courage. In all your movies, you're in fear. You rely on your slave master. All your TV shows. That's why the white man don't put out things where you show Black men with courage. Because he wants you to be in fear. That's why he removed the man out of the house, because that man is going to be like, damn this, man. We got to go out here and move in this way. I'm not going to keep that, outside, that's going to hold me, that I got to be high in front of all the goddamn time. I'd rather die. What the hell am I going to keep going through this mess for? This ain't living.
Right.
I'm not alive. I can't move like I'm a man. I can't survive like a man. Well, we've been in that place in captivity underneath the white man in the ghettos in the hood. We've been in fear, and if we step out of these hoods and ghettos, we raise this nation up, then the white man will come down on us. And let me tell you something. That's why GEN.YAHANNA said it should be a man in every household. He said, forget a Black man what did the general say? In the presidency, there should be a Black man in every household. When Barack Obama was elected president when people thought Barack Obama was a black man. We get a black man in the goddamn White House obeying the white man. Should be a black man in every house obeying a black man. Read on.
Verse 32. And they brought up an evil report of the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying.
They brought up an evil report, the scriptures say. It said, what did it say? Read what it said.
And they brought up an evil report of the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature.
Hold on, what does the land eateth up the inhabitants thereof? What does that mean? The land that we went to, remember the Lord said this is a land that flows with milk and honey. But they brought an evil report. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta see what's in the mind of these people, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all in this class, you should have an answer on what these men were trying to do. What was they trying to do? Persuade Moses not to go into the land.
Right.
Why? Because these big men and the land ain't no good, it eateth up the inhabitants. We shouldn't go into that land. You know what he's saying? Come on, y'all. Let's get with it. It ain't time for you not to understand the scriptures. It's time for you to recognize when you hear an evil report from what the Lord is trying to do, man. Right. The Lord is trying to lead us into the land. To establish you as a nation. To give you your identity and your culture and the things that you didn't have in Egypt. Go ahead,
I was gonna say they couldn't fear in their heart.
That's exactly what they're doing. That's why the Lord says it's an evil report.
Right.
Didn't the Lord say it flow with milk and honey?
Right.
So anything against that is an evil report.
Right.
Real.
Verse 33. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in their own sight as grasshoppers.
We were in their sight, little teeny thing. They could just step on and just manipulate it. They was fear. Yo, this is yeah. And if we were to listen to that type of counsel, brother, you wouldn't think about what we would have been constrained in doing. What have been restrained in us doing. We would have never went and became what we became and had the land that we had and all the children and all the, all of our culture and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Fear. Damn that.
Right.
I lived my whole goddamn life in fear.
Right.
Fear being this and that, and you know what I mean, before this truth. If I could, I didn't live in fear. Matter of fact, I lived my life in in chaos, in living for the day, in trying to, just not afraid. I ain't gonna say afraid, but not understanding. Had no understanding. When you have no understanding of the Lord, let me tell you something. That's how you live your life. And how you sustain yourself and survive in this place. So, this time we got our time to deal with family and this few days of dealing with each other, we started to learn a little something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Crime went down a little bit. This is where we belong. We don't belong amongst these other people.
Right.
We belong, we try to get amongst these other people. Then it's like the love is just taken from our nation and just spread amongst these others. But we act out. We act out because we don't understand those the things we're supposed to do. What else we got? I wanted to bring out about that old fat. What's the fat man name in Jersey again? Chris Christie. Where is Christie? He said he's stronger than the storm. Remember that? When the Lord was bringing those, when the Jersey was hit with those hurricanes, Jersey number 2 in the coronavirus. The Lord is, you mock the Most High. They came out right on the building. Go away. Hurricane, what's the hurricane name? Or Hurricane something. Christie, Sandy, that's it. We stronger than the storm. Now the Lord comes with the coronavirus and the plague in Jersey.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the coronavirus, boy, they in the houses. They got them locked up in them houses. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you was in fear. You understand? Like, Lord, like, where is your God now? The God you serve. How come he can't deliver you from this plague? Like, the Lord is not playing. The Lord said, give me Isaiah 47:3. The Lord said, I'm going to come against you, but I ain't going to meet you like a man. I'm going to give you a paraphrase. This is in Isaiah 47th chapter. Isaiah 47.
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Who is he talking to? Read that.
Yeah.
Read verse 1.
Okay. Verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Wait a minute. You said come and sit in the dust. Oh, virgin daughter of Babylon. You ain't been touched. Ain't nobody really hit you. You been prancing yourself around like you so delicate and all that. Now it's time you sit in the dust. We don't
Come. Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
There's no throne.
O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Who do you think you messing with? Who do you think you mocking? You like that just proves the white man does not understand does not know the Lord. You mocking the Lord gonna wipe you out in an instant.
Right.
The Lord put something in front of you just to, he wasn't a formidable enemy. He wasn't the enemy that is gonna give him some praise when he wipe out. Don't hide. Come on out. You were so big and bad all this time. What you hiding from? Read on.
Okay. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
What are you talking about? Virgin daughter of Babylon. What you read about Babylon? Read on.
Verse 2. Take the millstone and grind meal.
Get ready to serve. You understand? The Lord want to discover all that you've done and discover who you got in captivity and who's on his chosen people is serving Babylon, just like we served Babylon in the past. When you read about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, those are Israelites. It was underneath the Babylonian kingdom. Well, the Lord wanted to discover this place just like he discovered ancient Babylon. Read on. And where is ancient Babylon now? They're serving America. You don't even read about ancient Babylon. All the past captivities you was in. Egypt, Syria. There's no great Egyptian about Assyrian about is it? On the walk right the way. Read on.
and grind meal, uncover thy locks.
Grind meal. I mean, get up ready to go out there and work. Uncover your locks. Uncover that head you got all pretty and delicate sitting on your head. Now you take it down and get ready to go into slavery. Your hair ain't gonna be pretty no more. You got your hair all fancied up, and, you know, looking all like you delicate, like a, what do you say, like you supposed to be sitting on the throne. Take that hair down. You know what I mean? Get ready to go back in here and make dinner. Go make food for those men and women that's in charge. Because you about to suffer destruction. And those that have joined on to you, they ain't gonna be able to understand why they going through the things that they going through. Read on.
Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh,
Read on.
pass over the rivers. Verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Ooh, your nakedness, your shame, the things you've done is going to be revealed. They will be revealed when the priests and prophets was on the corners yelling about abortions and drugs and single family homes. But now, boy, ain't too many drugs being sold now. Ain't too many abortions being committed. You can't go to, you go to abortion clinic now? I don't know. Is they still open? I think abortion clinic open. There's no funding to give it to them. They need money to operate, don't they? They need money to abort your kid. Yeah, you have a baby now, boy, you're going to have to keep that baby.
Right.
Read on.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Your shame will be seen. These are the things you're going to see. They thought you was a glorious place at one point. American, brave, proud. You know what I mean? All the things is good you put up in that worship of that American flag and all that. Stand up when you worship the flag, slave. Stand up and worship your master's symbol. Stand up. Put your hand on your heart and give your allegiance to the white man. You a disobedient slave, you don't do that. You told Shadrach and Meshach to do that, they wouldn't do it. They said, we serve the Most High. We don't serve your false idols and your false gods. Read on.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
I love that. The Lord said He going to take vengeance on the daughter of Babylon, a virgin daughter of Babylon. And He said He will not meet thee as a man, like an army. Like they stacked up in their military. They got all kind of guns and this and that. That coronavirus, like they can't even use guns. They are afraid of getting the virus, so they hide, and all the weapons that they supposed to be they would use is going unused. Lord said, I'm not going to meet you as a man, meet you in warfare. I'm going to take you down, you understand? And you want to know it, you're supposed to know it's the Lord.
Right.
You know what I mean? Should be over time, man. Any questions, anything? Anybody got anything online?
Live, so no questions online.
Anybody online?
Cut.
There's a few people online. With that being said, I'm gonna end the class. Y'all need counsel or whatever, call the school, man. Call the school. Continue paying tithes. Continue paying tithes. As you see, we still open. Christian churches is done. Oh, you had something about TDJs, right? Oh, what is it? You had a couple of things to open. We might not have time for it. We already open.
I'll just read the article at the beginning.
Read it real quick.
T.D. Jakes says churches across the board are struggling to maintain financial impact amid the pandemic.
Yeah, of course they should be struggling. But that don't give it, they close it because they're afraid of that coronavirus.
Right.
They are in fear. And let me just say something like that. They're supposed to represent the Lord. Unless they say they do. If you're afraid, the Lord is the author of life and death, right?
Right.
The Lord can spare it.
Right.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego knew the Lord could spare them. But if not, we will not serve your gods. You understand? We still ain't gonna serve your gods.
Right.
You understand? We going, if you not to leave here, leave with here some dignity, man. Some self-respect, some understanding of who the Most High is, and that the Lord ain't no dang, that He can deliver you from this plague. The plague come from the Lord, and you come from the Lord, and everything created come from the Lord, and you don't understand that the Lord can deliver you. Well, I mean, that's because you don't have any knowledge of the Lord. That's what that's what all it boils down to. With that being said, we pass the class over to priest and officer. You got it.
Give Captain Shapard another strong hand.
Sister made us a nice, some grub, get you a nice healthy plate, man. You understand? A drink, and we going, you know what I'm saying? We going to, and that's how we going to leave the school, man, with glee and happiness for what the Lord is doing.
Right.
You know what's going on. Go ahead.
With that being said, we are the I.S.U.P.K, starting on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahanna. Rule for new brother or sister: when a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has a particular interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe is the commandment. You can read about this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashra means 10th in Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department. Priest fund, free walk for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, upcoming holy convocations, as we all know, the Passover has been put on hold. We recommend that you all contact your camp leaders, and more importantly, tune in to Commanding General Yahanna every week when he goes live or uploads to YouTube from Blackwatch to get an update. And with that being said, also, if you are a trooper or a new officer of 50 or a sister, contact Captain Shapard Napash or Officer Dan Yala. You are required to serve in the serving department for the Passover. Sorry. Remind all occupant Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, headband, and scarf. And with that, I nod to the sustained. Men of Israel, I'm going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Abadam Shabbat, Admaj, Barak,
Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, Barakatah.
Yahweh, Sar, try to fix it, sister. Men of Israel, we're going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Abadam Shabbat, Admaj, Barak, Yahweh, Shabbat, Alatam, by Shem Yahweh, Yahweh,
All right, y'all, come over to the plate, man. I'm gonna get busy.